PMacMovies back for a brand new PMacMovies Hoarding Up on Movies video. And this is kind of a good one because, they're always good ones, right? Oh yeah. But really, there is a couple buy two get one sales going on, and you can really, you can find some good deals. Some boutique stuff, some Criterions for cheaper than during the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale. Oh, you beer yourself. Let's take a look at what old PMac got. We'll talk prices. We'll talk, there's some boutique stuff that's a little bit more expensive. There's some cheaper stuff. There's some 4K. There's some this. There's some that. But we're going to take a look right now and see what old PMac snagged up. We'll actually start and get the other stuff out of the way. I did get a couple things from Goodwill over the past couple weeks. There hasn't been too much, but a couple things here. I got this Joker game. It's like I think this is a season 1, an anime season. Still sealed from Funimation. Apparently it has a digital code also, only $3. Figured I would snag that up. Anime tends to be pretty pricey usually. And then I got this Casino Royale DVD for $2. A nice collector's edition set. I kind of remember back in the DVD days seeing this for sale, and it was pretty pricey. I mean, I was interested in getting it, but it was always pretty pricey. So for $2, yes please! And it's in good condition. It has like a... What is that? Is that a booklet or... Oh, it has this thing in it. Not open. And the disc is fine. The disc is mint. So glad to get that. This might actually be out of print. I think I looked it up and it was kind of pricey. I don't know, $40 sticks in my head or something like that. I can't remember. Don't quote me on it. Where do we start here? So most of this stuff is Target buy two get one. Some of it I might be returning. You put a couple of things together and then you need a third one and you go reaching. The nice thing is it's easy to return stuff to Target. And then a few of these I got through Amazon. Amazon can have stuff a little bit cheaper. So let's take a look-see. Should we start with the boutique stuff? Should we start with the more budget stuff? Always such a tough question. Let's start with some TV. A show I was really interested in because I like the movie. It actually has a nice slipbox, like a nice matte slipbox. It is Snowpiercer, Season 1. It has Jennifer Connelly in it, who's, very likable, very attractive. She's getting up there in years a little bit, but still definitely wanted this. It's a TNT series, apparently. 459 minutes. I believe it is 10 episodes. So it looks like a pretty good one. This must be kind of the main guy in it. In the movie, it's Chris Evans. And I do have Snowpiercer, the movie with slipcover. Then I had to complete my Star Wars animated TV series, and I got Star Wars Rebels, which is supposed to be a pretty good show. I think I was on season 3 or 4 of Clone Wars, so I have to continue Clone Wars and then eventually get to this. Looks like it is 353 minutes. This was about, I believe this was about $24 before the buy two get one, but that brings it down to much more affordable. And this one was put out by Disney. I'm not sure that the other ones were, but Disney got a hold of it there at some point from Fox. And then I got the second season of Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, a really good deal, $5 from Amazon, and I wanted this one, which I believe was about $19 before the buy two get one. This is season 1, 4 discs, 26 episodes. I have read that Anchor Bay didn't do a very good job with this, that there's some issues with, various issues with it. I don't remember all of it, but I'm going to have to look into it again and figure out if I want to keep it. It's still unopened, as you can see. We got some boutique stuff. Let's take a look at some Criterions, which, how many did I get here? 3. The one I'm definitely keeping, first of all, I think these are about 28, so they end up being less than 20 with the deal. I got Ghost Dog, starring Forrest Whitaker, from 1999, 116 minutes. Not the biggest Jim Jarmusch fan, but I've heard good things about this movie, and it sounded interesting to me. So I definitely wanted to go ahead and snag it up. Just received this in the mail today. Or from FedEx. Actually, it was from FedEx. And the booklet feels pretty hefty. So, Ghost Dog. Not sure if I'm going to keep this. I do already have this movie on a UK version. I'm not sure how good that version is, though. I'm sure the picture quality of this is a lot better. It is The Elephant Man. I like to have all the David Lynch movies, of course. And, this is one. But like I said, I do have, like, a UK Blu-ray of it. So I don't know that I need to keep this. I'm gonna ponder it. That was 27 before the buy two, get one. And this one, I'm almost definitely returning. This is a David Cronenberg movie called Crash, which it says 4K digital restoration and all that. It's from 1996, 100 minutes. I do like me some David Cronenberg. Cronenberg and Lynch, definitely. I feel like they're more mainstreamy than a lot of what Criterion puts out. More Scream Factory-ish. Less. I mean, they're still artsy, I guess, but in maybe a more entertaining way. But I've read that the Arrow UK version is better than this, whether it be the Blu-ray or the 4K. I mean, the 4K definitely is better than this, except pricey. I think there might just be a Blu-ray version also from Arrow, so I'll probably just wait and get that when it's on sale and return this. Arrow, it seems like they do tend to do a better job than Criterion. And I would like to watch this movie. Like, it's one that I might have watched this weekend, actually. It's got James Spader, Holly Hunter, and it sounds like it would be a good movie, but I can wait. I got a ton of other things to watch, and I'll be able to get Crash from Arrow. I'm sure there'll be a sale where it's affordable, probably cheaper than what I paid. Other boutique stuff. This is a Scorpion releasing one. I think this was 23, so about 15 bucks after the deal. It is The Psychic. Jennifer O'Neill is The Psychic, a film by Lucio Fulci from 1977, 97 minutes. What is this about, you may ask? I did read what this was about, but I really don't remember. From Lucio Fulci, the legendary horror maestro behind Zombie and The Beyond. The Beyond, I believe I just got somewhat recently also. Comes a chilling vision of terror. Jennifer O'Neill from Scanners and Lady Ice stars as Virginia, who experiences clairvoyant clues to a violent crime that ends with the victim walled up alive. Her investigation soon uncovers a hidden corpse and a shocking secret that could make her the killer's next target. Mark Porro, Gabriel Furzetti, Gianni Garco, and Evelyn Stewart also star in this riveting entry in Fulci's series of Giallo classics, alongside A Lizard in a Woman's Skin, which is a pretty good one, and Murder Rock, which I do have and haven't watched, featuring a stunning soundtrack prominently used in Kill Bill Volume 1. Now experience this atmospheric and visually stunning thriller, in HD if you dare. like me some Giallo, the Psychic, on Blu-ray. This is a Grindhouse releasing one that, you know, I wasn't able to get before. It's pretty pricey, but in this deal, it's a Beer Me. I think it was about 21 bucks before the, you know, the buy two get one, so it ends up being cheaper than that. Grindhouse releasing put out Corruption, starring Peter Cushing. Looks like they put this out in 2013, so it's been out a little bit. It says spectacular new 2K digital restoration. And it says the legendary Peter Cushing stars as a surgeon driven to murder and madness as he attempts to restore the beauty of his hideously disfigured fashion model wife. Sounds pretty messed up. Then we got a Kino that I saw that it was a pretty new one that Kino put out, and I was interested in it, like a French thriller, and I snagged it. It was a pretty good price. I think it was 16 or 17 bucks before the deal, and it is Diva. So, like I said, it's a French thriller. It says stylish cult thriller. Remains as innovative today as when it premiered in 1981. 1981, 117 minutes. Sounded like a pretty good one, and it actually has quite a few bonus features, which a lot of Kinos tend to not. You know, some do, but this has a bunch of interviews, an audio commentary, and some other stuff. Up next, we have a, this is a trilogy of terror. So it's, I guess, 3 horror stories in this movie from Scream Factory. It is After Midnight. This one was $15 before the deal, so it ends up being 10 bucks for a Scream Factory Blu-ray, which is a good price. This is from 1989, and it is 93 minutes. Got pretty, like, kind of mixed reviews. Then I got a Scream Factory Collector's Edition called Vice Squad. Doesn't look like it would necessarily be a Scream Factory Collector's Edition. Looks more like a, more of an action-y type of movie. But, I've heard decent things about it, so I wanted to get it. It's from 1982, 97 minutes. The slipcover is actually really good, except... Ooh, that corner's a little dinged. This right here is the main... It's not too bad on the back, but on the front there, in that front corner, it got nicked a little bit. Oh, well, what can you do? It's pretty good. This is kind of, it's been out for a little while now, so... It is what it is. Gary Swanson, Wings Hauser... in Vice Squad. And then we got some Michael Caine in the Ipcris file. This one I actually ordered off of Amazon. This one was $20 before the buy two get one, so a little bit pricier than I wanted, but there was really only a few that I wanted in the $20 range, and I was good with paying a little bit more for this one in particular. The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward, a Giallo here. And I think this was like 15 bucks in the Severance sale. So from Amazon, it ends up being like 14, which I was okay paying 15 for it. I just couldn't get the free shipping. So glad to be able to get it from Amazon. And it is the limited edition, 3,000 units with the CD. The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward. It's always good to add Giallo and Giallo to the old PMac collection. Directed by Sergio Martino, who I have several of his movies. Okay. And then this was one that was on Hamilton Book for, I believe, $20. Several months ago, and it sold out like really quick. Like I was putting my order together and I think it sold out within minutes of being on there. So Target has it for 30 something. I think it ends up being about 25 with the deal. It is the Toxic Avenger 4-movie collection. So 4 movies in here. Like I said, it ended up being about $20. I don't know that these will be great movies. I've heard that the first one is good. These are trauma movies, and you know they tend to be kind of cheesy and all those sort of things. But I did want to go ahead and get this because I've heard quite a bit about these movies. So that was the deal. Then we have a... Where did that come from? It's like a little glittery thing. Oops. Okay. Anywho, I had never heard of this movie, but I looked into it. I was interested, and it was like $15. It ended up being 10 with the deal. It is a Shout Factory from IFC Films, 2018. And it is Ophelia here on Blu-ray, starring from the Star Wars movies, Daisy Ridley. We got Naomi Watts. We got Clive Owen. We got Tom Felton from Harry Potter. Harry Potter fame. Oh, yeah. So it sounds like a good, a pretty decent one. A modern, let's see, one of the world's greatest dramas is turned on its head through a bold new perspective in Ophelia, set in medieval Denmark and spoken in a modern tongue with a poetic twist. It recalibrates the classic Shakespearean tragedy of Hamlet so that its unspoken complex heroine may share her own story. A little bit more there, but I'm not going to read it all. So from 2018, 106 minutes. You beer yourself. You grab it. It got pretty good reviews and stuff too. Another Kino that I was interested in. This one I think was a little bit cheaper than Ipcris, and this one I got from Target. So I think it was 16 before the deal. So it's getting pretty close to $10. With a buy two get one. It is Narrow Margins, starring Gene Hackman and Ann Archer. I did get this somewhat recently on DVD from Goodwill, but it was one where I said, you know, I've heard enough good things about the movie where I will pay, you know, $10, $11 or whatever for the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray. Then we got a Code Red movie called 7 Bloodstained Orchids. This is an Umberto Lenzi movie. I like these giallos, and I don't know if this is a giallo. It doesn't actually say that it's a giallo, but it calls it an Italian thriller. And I see some black gloves, so maybe it just is. 92 minutes. Let's see. I think this was like 22 or 23 bucks. So I decided to go ahead and grab that one too. You know, you might never be able to get a better deal on these. Maybe, you know, Hamilton Book might have them. You might run into them cheaper on like a Black Friday deal, but you're chancing it. You're chancing it. We got some from, you know, some of Paramount's recent releases. You know, Paramount has gotten the rights to various movies here recently, and they've put them out. Some of the Miramax movies, some of the movies that they've had the rights to and they finally put out on Blu-ray. I think, you know, some stuff from Lionsgate that they got. So let's take a look. First, one that has been with Paramount, but they've been releasing this really nice Paramount Presents line, and I've actually never seen this movie. I think I got the DVD for $2 or $3 from a Goodwill, but I did want the brand new Blu-ray of The Golden Child, starring Eddie Murphy. This is a newly remastered from a 4K film transfer. Nice slippy. One of the corners got dinged on this. I didn't even see that until recently. But this one is one that I might actually, maybe Charmy would like to watch this one. So this is number 11 from their Paramount Presents line. Probably a lot of you have seen this, but it sounds like kind of a fun fantasy movie. Maybe Eddie Murphy isn't just acting like a dope in this one. Maybe. Not that all of his movies acting like a dope are bad, you know. Nutty Professors are funny. What was that other stuff that he was in that was good? The cop movie. Some other Paramounts that I got. Oh, my phone's getting blown up here. Okay. We got, this is one that has been on the should I buy it list, should I or not. But it has Sean Connery. I gotta get all the Sean Connerys. Shuck it, Trebek. We got Sean Connery. And Mark Harmon in Peter Hyams' The Presidio. I like these, 80s, 90s action movies. This is from 1988, 96 minutes. I doubt that the transfer is great. I don't even have it on DVD, though. And this was like 8 something for the deal, so it ends up being like less than $6. You beer yourself. And then I got this 2-pack of Extract starring Jason Bateman and The Switch starring Jason Bateman and what's her face? Jennifer Aniston. Patrick Wilson's also in it. Jeff Goldblum, Juliette Lewis. I've never seen The Switch. I think it had a it probably does have a Blu-ray, but this was like a little bit over $10. Buy 2 get 1, and it has a digital code for each of these movies. I do already have Extract, so I'll look to sell my individual copy of that. I'm totally fine with this 2-pack. I don't need every movie to have its own individual case. I'm not wait, I shouldn't say I'm not a crazy person. I'm still, I buy all these movies. Still pretty crazy. But Mike Judge is the writer and director of Extract, which is, it's kind of a fun comedy. I don't think it's like one of his best. Like, it's not as good as Office Space or something like that, but then I was hoping that this one would have a Slippy Dippy, but it doesn't have a Slippy Dippy. Amazon. It is Lara Croft Tomb Raider 4K. These never go down in price. I did get the second one there somewhat recently, where I was able to get that like buy 2 get 1, and there was like another deal combined or something. And that one had the Slippy. This one doesn't have the Slippy. I'm complaining. It actually is pictured with the Slippy on Amazon, so PMac's gonna make a complaint. But yeah, I have both the Tomb Raider movies on Blu-ray. The picture quality is not good. So, I mean, if they already had good Blu-rays, I wouldn't even have bothered paying. This ended up being like $14, but with the code, that'll pay for a good chunk of it, I do believe. But I wanted the improved picture quality because I actually wanted to watch these here soon. So I'll probably actually pop this one in here pretty soon. Maybe even Charmy will watch it with me. Daniel Craig's also in this. I remember starting this movie and I wasn't too impressed with it, but you gotta know what you're getting into. It's not like a great movie or anything, but next up we got a brand new release. It is Small Soldiers. This was $13, buy 2 get 1, which is a pretty good deal in my opinion for a movie that I've never seen, actually. I've never seen it. It's from 1988, 109 minutes. It looks like Universal had this before, and I do have the DVD of this, but I decided to upgrade. I was thinking about getting like the UK one, and that would have been around $10, so this ended up being less than that. Now, this movie is one that I do already have from the Lionsgate Blu-ray, one of the early Blu-rays. It is The Phantom, but I had to get the Paramount one because this is a movie that I enjoy from childhood, and a lot of those early Lionsgate movies are getting the disc rot issues. So this is a movie that I watched this here and there. I've watched it. I watched the Blu-ray at least once, but I watched it several times when I was a kid. I might have watched the Blu-ray a couple of times. Actually, I probably have this on DVD too. So I bought it. I watched it when I was a kid. I bought it on DVD and watched it, and then I bought it on Blu-ray and watched it. So it's one that's really rewatchable to me. Billy Zane is the Phantom. Patrick McGoohan is also in this, very underrated. Christy Swanson, Treat Williams, Catherine Zeta-Jones. I really enjoy this movie. It is from 1996, 100 minutes. It is a fun one. You can't go wrong with The Phantom. Maybe it's nostalgia, but I like the movie. This one, I got the DVD of this also from Goodwill. And I wasn't super impressed with the movie, and I think I didn't finish it. But for the Blu-ray for this price, I'm gonna snag it up because I do like the cast and the director. It is Timeline here, directed by Richard Donner. It's from 2003, 115 minutes. It stars Paul Walker and Gerard Butler, and it's kind of like a cheesy thing. It's not like a real great movie or anything, but it's kind of fun. And I didn't finish it. I'd rather watch it on Blu-ray than DVDs. For $6 something, you beer yourself. I put this in kind of that miscellaneous stuff. This was a Amazon buy two get one. It was $14, I think. And yeah, I got it like this. I haven't unwrapped it at all, but look at that corner. So in the corner, like even the plastic is torn, and the artwork is all beat up there. I wonder what the heck happens. And the case is cracked there too. I don't know. I think they might have. It seemed like they actually packed it looking like this, because it didn't look like there was any damage to the package it came in, and the other items in the package weren't damaged. And I can't remember what they were. Maybe the Tomb Raider was an Amazon one, and I can't remember if there's anything else with this. But anyway, I'll get a replacement for that. The Mission, which again, I have it on DVD, so I was like, do I really do it? Do I need to get that? But I'm like, it looks like it's Bob De Niro. It's, I need it on Blu-ray. I need it on Blu-ray. I don't really need it on Blu-ray, but I got it on Blu-ray. Some other miscellaneous stuff. This is one that I've been wanting. Don't judge me. Just actually, you can kind of judge me. This is kind of a lame movie to get. It is Charlie's Angels, the 2000 version. On 4K, directed by McG. Crispin Glover's in this? Wasn't Crispin Glover in the new one, too? Huh, I gotta look into that. Bill Murray's in it. Sam Rockwell. Tim Curry. Man, this is quite the cast in this one. There's Sam. Huh. And of course, Lucy Liu, Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz. I kind of vaguely remember this movie. I don't know if I've ever seen the whole thing, though. And I don't know that there's a decent Blu-ray of it out there. So I was after the 4K, and it ended up being like $12, which is as good as I've seen for this, with the code, and they actually gave me a Slippy Dippy. Thanks, Target, for the Slippy! Okay. Enough of that nonsense. Up next, we got a pretty new release, I think. It is The Wolf of Snow Hollow. This was $15, buy two, get one, so that makes it $10. The Slippy's actually in good condition. Target, you're on your game, baby. So I read some good things about this movie, and it looks like a fun one. I might watch that this weekend. We'll see. A movie that I've never seen, that I was interested in. It never drops in price. Never. It's got Rick Moranis, Steve Martin, and what's his face? It looks like is in this too. James Belushi is in it. Okay, I don't know. There's a director's cut, so Belushi isn't in the director's cut. Or he is in the director's cut. I don't know. He must be in the director's cut. Little Shop of Horrors here. I really don't know a whole lot about the movie. It sounded like it got pretty good critical acclaim. It got good acclaim from anywhere I looked. Frank Oz directed this. It originally had I think a Blu-ray book version that Warner Brothers put out, which I believe was always pretty expensive. So to be able to get this one for $10 was actually a pretty good deal. So I snagged that. Getting into some Universal stuff, and we're getting into now some of the more budgety buys. Night School right now is $7.50, buy two get one, makes it $5. That's the cheapest Night School has been. So, I mean, not the greatest movies necessarily here, but they're budget buys with the digital codes. Up next, Jarhead 2. I believe this was a Dollar Tree DVD. Did I really need the Blu-ray? Probably not. Probably not. But it was $8, buy two get one, so it's like about $5 with the code, which it looks like the code is iTunes only for that one. One that I've been waiting on here to get, you know, when it dropped down in price, around $6-ish, because I do like Anya Taylor-Joy. It is Emma here on Blu-ray with the code, and it was $10, buy two get one, so it ends up being under $7. And that's a Beer Me with the digital code. This is one that I've never seen cheap, but maybe it'll end up at like a Big Lots or something like that. I think it was $12 and some change before the discount. It is Don't Let Go here. It sounded pretty decent. It says Detective Jack Radcliffe gets a shocking phone call from his recently murdered niece. Working together across time, they race to solve her murder before it can happen. Don't Let Go is a classic thriller with a supernatural twist from Blumhouse, the producers of Get Out. That sounds really good, and I think Joe Masiello saw the picture of this and mentioned that it sounded like Frequency, and after reading the description, it definitely does sound like Frequency, the fantastic, very fun, very entertaining, very emotional movie starring Jesus Christ himself, Jim Caviezel, and don't be offended if you're Christian. It was a joke. And Dennis Quaid, who I really like. Up next, another $10 one, El Chicano. And sometimes if these are around, you know, a decent price with the code, and these codes are, some of these codes are pretty rare because I don't think that too many people are buying some of these movies. They're not necessarily common codes, so I'll be able to, you know, get quite a bit of money back on these. And then I got The Invisible Man. I believe this was $8 on Black Friday, but would you pay $8 for it, or would you pay $10 buy two get one, which ends up being less than $7? Thrifty. This one was $13, and it just doesn't drop in price. Another one that might end up at Big Lots, it might end up at Hamilton Book, and those sort of things. But it is, the case is getting messed up here. I think somebody's outside shoveling. It is Unfriended Dark Web. I do have the first Unfriended movie. I have not watched it yet. But I've heard mixed things about these movies. Some good stuff, some not so good. This one, I don't know if I'm going to keep this one. It sounds like it's pretty bad, actually. It's a Lionsgate one. It was $10. I was like, I'll grab it and see what happens. The Haunting of Sharon Tate. I haven't even opened it yet because I might return it. It sounds like it's probably pretty garbagey. This one sounded pretty good. Waves on Blu-ray here. Another $10 one, so it ends up being $6 and some change. Another one at the $10 price point, Rogue. I've actually heard decent things about this. It's a Megan Fox vehicle, and it sounds like kind of a fun one. We got some lions after Megan Fox. Sounds like a good time. Maybe. This one looked intriguing to me. Vivarium, starring Jesse Eisenberg, who he tends to be in pretty interesting movies. He tends to pick pretty decent projects to be in, from what I've seen. So it sounds like kind of a twisty movie, kind of a tricky, twisty movie. Some social commentary maybe there. You gotta have some Bruce Willis Lionsgate trash. Why Bruce Willis? Why is he in so much trash? Why, Bruce? Why? You could be in good movies, I feel like. Maybe not, I don't know. Chad Michael Murray and Bruce Willis in A Nice Slippy. That's probably about all this is. It does have a nice slippy. Survive the Night. Heartthrob, Chad Michael Murray from One Tree Hill. And I think he might actually be from Buffalo, New York. 89 minutes. Looked into it a little bit. Sounds pretty bad, but it was $7.50 down to $5. If a movie's $5 with the code, it's you just you just snag it. This is a movie I've never seen cheap, and it has a very nice slipcover. Kurt Russell. It's a Kurt Russell movie. Crypto. This was $10 again, so with the deal, it ends up being less than $7. And Slippy. That's all I got to say is Slippy. This one was $7.50. Buy two get one. Looks like a war movie, and you know, you got Samuel L. Jackson, Ed Harris, William Hurt, Christopher Plummer. The Last Full Measure here on Blu-ray. Looks pretty recent. 2020, 116 minutes. A little war action. So it ended up being $5 with the code, and you know what I say about $5 with the code. You snag. This is one, again, it just never gets cheap. And it's got Johnny Depp, Ewan McGregor, Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't think it's supposed to be that great of a movie, but it is one that I wanted to have in the collection. Mordecai, $10. Again, the code's going to bring it down cheap here. It's less than $7, so then the code will make it even cheaper. This one was $8, and this one I think is pretty recent too. 2018, so it's been out for a little while. But it's an $8.24 movie, so these don't tend to get that cheap. It is 8th grade here, so $8 buy two get one. Very affordable. I think that's under $6 with the digital code and the Slippy. This one seemed like it was all the rage when it came out. It is Guns Akimbo. Another Lionsgate one. Harry Potter. It is 98 minutes. And this is kind of an all-out, balls-to-the-wall action fest. To me, some of these movies just try too hard to be, like, hip or to be, I don't know. It just felt like it was trying too hard. So it wasn't one that I, like, had to own right away, but for less than $7 with the digital code, that's a pretty good bargain. I don't know that it's going to get too much cheaper, at least soon. And then this is a movie that I watched through Amazon Prime Video, and I did want a copy. The Blu-ray's very expensive. It is Under the Silver Lake. For some reason, it seemed to be cheaper on Target than anywhere else. It was like $7.50 for the DVD, so that brings it down to around $5 it ends up being. And this is another A24 movie. For some reason, it doesn't have a digital code, and neither did the Blu-ray. So that, you know, the Blu-ray's like over $20 everywhere. So I figured I'd just get the DVD. It's a pretty good movie, pretty good like conspiracy sort of movie. And then this is a movie I've heard about since it came out, and I wanted to get the Blu-ray. It just never gets cheap, so I figured I would go ahead and snag up. It was I think it was around the same price as that one. It was like $7.50, and then buy two get one, so $5 with the digital code this time. It is The Lobster here, starring William H. Or no, that's not William H. Macy. That's what's his face? Holy crap! There's a lot. It's John C. Reilly, but Colin Farrell is the main actor in here. Rachel Weisz is in it, and I don't recognize anybody else. The Lobster. I haven't eaten lobster in years. You know. It's expensive. Can't afford it. But I can afford stacks and stacks of movies. Anyway, maybe I will like jog your interest, and you can go over and snag up some of these yourself. Some nice bargains. I noticed some of the boutique stuff is sold out. You know, probably just too many people buying them because of this buy two get one deal. But, you know, check out, if you're interested in any of these, check them out. Some of them are a little bit cheaper on Amazon, but, you know, mostly the same prices. Some of them a little bit cheaper, so take a look at both. And hoard up, baby. Let me know what you snagged up from these buy two, get one deals. Let me know if my video helped you, or if you're just going to accept the help and run. Take a look in the description section for ways that you can participate, ways that you can help the PMacMovies channel. And I think that's it. We'll see you next time on PMacMovies.